Okay, that's on. Right, and that's not too loud, I hope. Alright. Oh, God. I was just playing this without paying attention to the time, then I was like, whoops. So, I'm just gonna continue where I left off. We found out more about what happened with Classy. We learned about Ruby, who is, I believe, the lady driver. Now we gotta find her. And we're trying to get the Hardy Boys to tell us what's up with Ruby, because we believe
Eugene.
that
Yeah.
she used them to cover up her shooting of the dead mercenary. We think so far. This game keeps throwing me for a loop. Yeah, the man seems unsure of himself.
Wishful thinking has no place in a police investigation.
The lieutenant tells Eugene, his voice mild but
A more
firm.
serious consideration that you wish to avoid is that she knew what happened because she did it.
Mm-hmm. And it's all part of a leadership challenge? Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods.
Mm-hmm.
A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it.
He puts
There's
his
one
beard
more
down.
thing I've been wondering about ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want.
Yeah, I've had trouble finding references before, like, especially for ones where I'm like, surely this will be easy to find, and then somehow it's like really freaking hard to find.
I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
He smiles a peculiar smile. Why?
She was afraid I would tell you.
He looks you straight in
Maybe
the
she
eye.
was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
He looks out the window again. When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
Black hairstyles, just like hair that is black, or like black people hairstyles? I know there's a bunch of different ones for different hair types. I don't know that much about hair. Now, what was she scared of?
I told you. You.
As in the RCM?
No, you.
Oh.
As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
No wonder she's afraid. I have come to declare the ending of the human experiment. I'm sorry, God. Why does everything flee the sight of my shadow? I have no idea why she'd be scared. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head. I'm sorry.
It seems you have that effect. Especially on women.
Apologize 10 times. Woo! I'm the sorriest cop on earth.
Right. That's the second one now who's trying to flee you.
Great.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Won't stop.
Until you have
Can't stop, won't stop,
something
don't
on
stop.
her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Well, Harry is a double Ifridor. Ifridor? He is twice denied promotion to the rank of captain because he likes doing field work. Okay. I can't remember his name right now, but there's, at least one artist who has dedicated a lot of tutorials just to drawing different types of black hairstyles. So there's like, there are tutorials out there. I know there's one guy who does very specific ones, but I can't freaking remember his name because I'm bad with names. His, like, username. But maybe it'll help if you search, like, put tutorial in there. Black hair tutorial. Drawing black hairstyles. Because I don't know what style exactly you're going for, but there's, like, certain ways to draw the texture of the hair for the different types of hair and the different sort of curls and twists they can take on that, like, help you sort of figure out a shorthand for drawing that kind of texture.
And then, when they're all empty, just move onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
No, I do like asking my little questions.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just
Tattooed Man shakes his head.
open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did.
He nods.
Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Yeah. Probably a good idea to go on with your lives
It's
here.
not an actual question.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you find a good reference. Sometimes just, like, describing something to look up in a search can be difficult. I know there's different different names for a lot of different hairstyles. I don't know a lot of hairstyles, so I can't remember most of them.
Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Game Night can opener?
You are insistent.
Anything else?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught Pete. But she was too scared.
Any clues on where she went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Okay. Where's her truck?
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
Gives a sharp look.
She's not really,
The man
party
stares into his
candidate
beer.
anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for
A
her?
little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her? More precisely.
More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlog. She's not here. So, I'm thinking she's there.
I wonder if she managed to get on a boat and go to that one island, because I saw an island the 2 times that I looked through that one viewer. Like, you can see some sort of... You can see something in the distance there. I saw what it was that time, and now I can't remember what it was. Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will
Alright.
start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Lieutenant takes a quick note.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
Alright. It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll
Go.
have to.
He puts his hand out. Shake his hand.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
Just think it.
No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Still trying to find someone to ask about that. Maybe we can talk to that one guy. See if he'll give me anything now.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours?
Yeah, and?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clarcia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
What do you mean?
Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
The bullet was jacketed. These don't just lie around everywhere, do they? The footprints in the pinball workshop didn't fit it with the Odd Souls prints on the crime scene. So far, no one has mentioned hearing the shot. I'm thinking about this. Yeah. No one's mentioned hearing a shot.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you.
The footprints in the pinball workshop didn't fit with the Odd Souls prints of the crime scene.
No, they didn't. Good point. It is rather rare these days. But do continue.
I'm done thinking about this.
That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Free as a bird on that roof. Lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me? Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing her further. Let's go talk to this one guy. I mean, he seems like... Very, very suspicious quality.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Changed my mind about the lady
What?
driver.
But I
He looks
told
up.
you she's my friend. Please don't make me give her up, detective. Get someone else. There's a ton of drivers here.
She's the suspect and I need you to tell me where she is or I can't finish the investigation. Sorry, man.
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
Something breaks in him as he stares into your eyes. She's actually really a suspect now, though.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill for your own ends. Remember, you're doing it for the bigger investigation. This is important. Relax. Ask.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that about Maze Runner. I've never seen the movies.
Here.
He takes a key ring from his pocket, then looks at it before giving it to you, in silence.
The keys to a motor lorry. Pretty complex. Looks like a chain lock.
The lorry's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
He waves toward the monument.
When did she leave?
Last Friday.
He blinks, his eyes half empty now. Anything else, like where she is now?
No. I don't know.
Why did you have the keys?
She left them to me. Because she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise...
He doesn't finish the sentence.
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
He nods.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside. Something incriminating.
I'm sorry I had to do this. I'm gonna
I
keep
bet you
apologizing
won't.
so hard.
And he's sorry he couldn't be what he wants to be. A good person. His last line, his revenge on the world.
Thank you
All right,
for
man.
your cooperation, sir. I know it was hard, but you did the right thing.
He turns to the man before you leave.
You don't really think so.
Yeah.
I really do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be in the RCM.
Yeah.
Take care, sir.
We are trying our best here, man. If it's not her, then I won't let anyone know about it. Is this it? This one's green, right? Let's go, let's find it. Is it up here a bit? Okay, there's the monument.
There it is again. That spectral smell haunting this industrial harbor. And it smells like heavy fuel oil, mostly, because it's an industrial harbor. Years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath the inexorable tides of capital.
I can kind of smell green thing ground up by capital. Close your eyes and take a deep breath.
Can you smell it now? You inhale. The cilia along your olfactory epithelium tingle with excitement as they sift through the swirling morass of industrial odors. First come the smells of the agitated strikebreakers, layers of body oil and sweat, over-buttered meals pulled from bake-light lunch pails, the biting stench of lye soap. And then there's the slowly oxidizing metal gates, the scent of stale grease emanating from every crack.
Still smelling for communists, detective?
Yes.
Well, I'll be over here when you finish.
The lieutenant nudges something on the ground with his foot.
His impatience is feigned. He's curious to see how this personal errand shakes out. What the lieutenant thinks is irrelevant. Your politico-olfactory cortex
I don't
is
agree.
lighting up like a holiday display. Look, it's pointing you right to that railing over there.
I could tell Manana.
Yes, now's your chance to establish contact. But be easy about it. Communists have been known to charge when startled. Mazovian socio-economics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmazov fucked him over personally with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Okay. Left-wing dialogue options get +4 XP. Well, I was already gonna do that. Downtrodden invo-communist. Reaction everywhere. I guess I'll hold on to that one for now. I would like to get more experience. Is this the... No, that one's not green, though. This one. That one's green, right?
This screen found A to Z Contemporain is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This is the one our man pointed to.
Lieutenant peeks inside. Try to peek in the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and 2 steering levers.
Try the door handle.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced. There's no picking this lock. The owner has put special care into it. It's a recessed design.
Unlock the door with the key.
You push the key into the lock and turn. It makes a cracking sound. Then the door pops back a few centimeters. You can just...
Open
The
it.
smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Admire the posters?
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century.
Quite a collection.
One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin.
What's the
The
smell?
remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume. Probably Grenade number 5. The actress
Careful.
is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. This is Tip Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
Oh Oh.
She wasted away in a drug den called the
Jeez.
Door to the River, not far from here on Boogie Street. A mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world and the camera too.
Well, that's tragic. Enough of the
The
posters.
actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
It's radio?
Looks like the frequency dial is absent.
Hmm.
It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Lieutenant leans closer to the radio and hums. Huh.
It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without blending them together.
Why would anyone need so many radio
For
stations?
contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example.
Aha,
This is
yeah.
all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
Yeah.
A 20-kilometer radius at least, perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now.
Anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
Okay, what else is
The
here?
smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat.
Heck.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver.
Can I take all our tools?
But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
Huh. Is it for, like, striking matches, maybe?
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Oh, okay. Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Lieutenant repeats. Sandpaper would also rub off the pattern for the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
He likes where this is going. Ah, the odd sole.
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints of the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
The lieutenant's eyes light up behind his prescription lenses. So Ruby really is running a complex operation out of this lorry.
At least we can now ask Titus some concrete questions about it.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
Oh, the
Metallic
toolbox.
drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Newspaper?
It's an issue of Petit Férique from last Wednesday.
Petty fitty.
A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Ooh, a note.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system.
Maybe you should embrace the butch look. Just let her be butch. Or, futch at least.
The ULAN frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The lieutenant leans over your shoulder to examine the note. Push in the pull-out
The
toolbox.
pull-out toolbox slides
toolbox.
back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
Alright, close
You
the door.
close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective?
He steps away from the
Before we
lorry.
return to Joyce? All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found. So we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, kid? Seems something
Honestly,
police would
I'm
do.
quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation.
Yeah. I'm betting Edward knows all of this, and that's why he's so involved in it, because she was supposed to be carrying drugs, right? So, she's the drug connection.
I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
And it's like, if she did actually let her personal problems get in the way of her actual situation here,
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
would it have something to do with the hole in the world that that the programmer was talking about? Like, does this somehow come back to the weird data loss incident? Because, I mean, it's radio stuff.
And last but not least, it's Ruby's cabin we found. This is an undeniable connection to the Union.
Cousin may have been right about Ruby. She looks awfully a lot like one of the poster girls in the cabin. Union really is really is in neck deep with everything around here, isn't it? Well, the RCM opened an investigation into this. Might have been right about Ruby.
Perhaps you're right.
He stops to
This
think.
is one connection I find a little dubious, to be honest. I prefer not to profile people's emotions. Perhaps it's because I'm not very good at it, but still.
Actually, he's not bad at it at all.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like flimsy connections, especially of this kind.
Yeah, it's not super solid, is it? Union really is in neck deep with everything around
One
here,
way
huh?
or another, they seem to be. Logistically, if nothing else. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
Yeah. Gonna
We
do
should
an extra
return to the murder
investigation.
case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops to think. What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. The investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Alright. Debrief over?
Debrief over. After you.
Okay. Alright. Let's go! Why am I stuck? Why do I keep getting stuck? Dang it.
An old monument stands in
Yeah. Talk about their explosion art piece. That's just kind of a weird part of the town now. Try to say thanks to him or something. Do have a lot of extra money. I wonder if I could buy something useful from that guy that might help me. Gotta go talk to Joyce again. I'm wondering if she'll tell me anything about the stars. Alright, ready to run again? Let's go! Wait, wrong way! If I'll be able to get enough money to buy all of the random nonsense from the shops in this game, I think that would be great. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh? Where is she? Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there, Joy says. Says the note on the post. Well, okay then, let's go. Why did she go all the way over there? I guess it's time to do more stuff on the coast anyway, but heck. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna do it because I want to know what is up with the wall over there. Encyclopedia number, okay. I don't really have anything that gives me extra conceptualization right now. Don't I have something that gives me extra conceptualization? Temerazine lounge jacket. It's drama. That gives me more composure.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Why?
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by?
Okay, okay. Alright, let's go. Wait, something in here? I just reach over the railing. How are these two doing?
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul, if he's got principles.
Do May bells mean anything to you, Renee?
I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck.
He glances at it and frowns. Is this a royalist military prediction? Did they bring you good luck?
You know what? No.
Aw.
They brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them.
He falls silent and the emerging smile withdraws.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the idea for you, was it?
He looks at the old soldier most gently.
And your jealous little heart just couldn't accept it.
On the hydration jug.
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officers.
Sorry.
Maybe don't blossom yet, do they?
Lieutenant quickly asks.
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I think you have to wait for at least a month.
Bill Carabinier shrugs. I kind of do want to increase composure, because there's like... Do I have enough to increase composure? There's something else I wanted to... Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to the guy who's probably definitely a prostitute. What's up, man?
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
You mentioned Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Who is that?
Oh, sweet Jenny.
He got a dreamy look in his eyes.
Woman in Hall of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
There's an almost imperceptibly small tremble in his voice. So you both know her. What happened to her? Sounds like it was between you two of other matters. Both know her.
We knew her, all right.
His friendly face lights
on
up.
The same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
He looks at the Carabinier almost gently.
And then you stole her from me.
He jerks forward, but then grabs his chest and stops. Easy, fellas, no need for this to get ugly. Sorry, but I just really wanted to ask some questions. No need for this to get ugly.
Officer. It already got ugly nearly 80 years ago when the three of us were just learning to walk and talk.
Gaston is unfazed by the
You
outburst.
stole her from me.
Rene repeats, trying to steady his breathing and still clutching his chest.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You,
The tall veteran looks at you and
no
nods.
point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer,
What happened?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago.
Oh,
It was a quiet passage, peaceful.
he smiles faintly.
René and I were both by her bedside when she...
Oh, he pauses, searching for the right word.
died.
He abruptly
No
fills the
use
silence.
sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
Maybe she just wanted you all to be in the polycule, but you two just wouldn't deal with it. Oh my god, it was literally a freaking... It was a gray romance. Why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
The look in his eyes is happy and distant.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Nothing wrong. Well, that's a little bit odd,
Heck,
but he says with a
technically,
chuckle.
we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy.
He says with heavy
Seduced her
resentment.
with your fancy words and pastries.
Pastries?
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
Thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
Aw. What happens if I ask to take a bite of the sandwich?
I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food.
He says and quickly adds.
Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
Oh, okay.
The only one you have.
Suddenly you realize how hungry you are. The last time you ate must have been, God knows when, aeons ago. Probably when you were still a child. The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below. And is that mayonnaise?
Don't be a dick, Gaston. There's plenty for everyone. Please, man, can I just have a bite? It's okay, man.
Oh,
He said he
that's
doesn't
good.
share food.
That's very good.
He's visibly
You must
relieved.
have other business then?
Convince Gaston to relinquish his sandwich. I'm gonna try it.
A man so
Fuck.
principled about his sandwich calls for a principled approach. Time to get political.
I'm not so sure about
Dude.
this.
That is already fighting the bad fight. Make it stick.
Said he's going to shit. Sooner or later, some foreign anarchist is going to steal your sandwich. That's a fact. Your blood sandwich, point to it, is a tool of the oppressors designed to keep the proletariat docile. The thing about this guy is that he seems kind of like a centrist himself from what I've heard from him, so I reckon I'm gonna be absolutely insane and say this.
What?
The lieutenant gives you a
What
sharp glance.
oppressors?
I am not going to listen to this scummy gunnery.
He utters through clenched teeth and turns his back to you. The jolly man is scratching his head in bewilderment. He doesn't understand the situation. Nothing, actually, it's fine, it's
I'm
fine.
listening, officer.
Bye! Let's get out of here again. Can I talk to the pawn shop guy and see if he'll sell me back that gun I stupidly sold earlier? the traffic light, there's this guy, there's the stereos,
Hello again. How can I help you?
Do I have anything
Sure.
else to sell?
Let me have a look.
Pockets?
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I don't want to sell that. I'm not gonna sell that either. Wait, what's wrong? Oh no, did it glitch out again? Okay, no, I don't actually want to pawn one of these though. Fuck, Okay, there we go.
Another time, perhaps. I doubt it, but I'd...
The pawnbroker's game.
Dang it. Okay. Probably messed up a pretty significant lead.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Only 50
Did
cents.
I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
He grins. Alright. Where's the traffic light? I think it's traffic light, right?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Is that a street light?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
Are you selling a street light?
700 real.
Dang.
A bargain, I dare say.
Yeah, near mine, there's one like that on every corner. Even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light, this seems a bit steep. 700 sounds about right. I imagine it wasn't easy selling with a street lamp. Seems a bit steep.
There's also the matter of rewiring. But the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Huh. Neat. That's a lot of money, so I can't do anything there. I feel like dudes is a good gender neutral word. Well, some people don't like it, but it can be a good gender neutral word. Same as guys, bitches, fuckers, just anything you want to use that's mildly, like, unnecessarily overly friendly or casual or even rude, but you know, in a fun way. Okay, let's get jogging. I want to try to find, okay, so, there's her over here. I should talk to her about, if she's seen the lady here. The Ruby. That! Say it, Wade. Oh, was the cat messing with you? You just doing a correction? Okay, good puppy. Okay, so to the west of here in the reeds? Oh? There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? Huh? Heck yeah. The plastic headless phone rider sits atop his equally plastic bowl, his posture indicating either desperation or pride. Comes as a set with the infamous foul cap for which he lost his head. The head is not included. Yeah. There's stuff happening. Okay, I'll have to check that later. What would I use for this? A crowbar? Can I use a crowbar to get in here?
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
Oh! It's in there. Okay, any idea what's down there?
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
He takes his glasses off to polish them. Think we might find Ruby down there?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now.
Jeez.
In conclusion, she could be under any building.
But not in there.
I hope not.
Oh!
There's no echo and no answer.
It's in there.
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Maybe. Yeah, somewhere over here, there's supposed to be... Okay, so can't go through that. Because I'm just, like, looking for... Okay, so I have to get up there to see that. That's like the fishing dock, though, right? And somewhere in the reeds? I wonder if she's in the old building. Like, in here. Maybe I could bust in here somehow. Well, maybe one of them can have a buzz and the other one can have way too much hair, like an excess of hair. Just a freakish amount of hair. And head hair, arm hair, leg hair, head hair, chest hair. Real bear of a person. Did she say, fuck, was it west of the fishing village, or... I can check the trap again just to see.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. The rest are piled in a heap in the corner, dead. No phasmid anywhere.
Aw, I keep kind of hoping it's real. Okay, over here perhaps? No? Huh? Maybe over here? Is that a buoy? Could this be the buoy Clausy told you about? It's by some reeds, and it's west of the dock.
Bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer...
I mean, if you want to go for, like, snake look, then they would both have to be bald, because snakes don't have any hair at all. So they'd both have to be, like, completely smooth.
That, over there, must be the boy Klaas you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Yeah, let's get in there. Maybe you could look up, like, bald femmes, like really feminine people with really short or buzzed hair.
You lift the boy out of the water without
See
much
how they
effort.
sort of, like...
It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
cisgender... No, wait, not cisgender. See if they sort of heterosexual it up. It's like how to look head with no hair. Is there a guide on that? I don't know. There's some weird stuff on the internet. That was petting a cute cat. Ow, posture check. Oh god, okay. Examine it.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Shake it.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Sniff it.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay.
Yeah, it's probably pretty gross. Alright, let's open it
A
up.
shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Oh no.
Well, damn.
We're lucky it's still here. A little longer and it would have floated away. No documents. What do you think took him?
I have no idea.
The lieutenant taps his foot, frowning. This is a minor quirk. We know it was in the buoy anyway.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
He purses his lips. Must have been Colosse's enemies, which means she's in danger. Maybe Colosse took them herself. Could this be related to the cryptozoologists and their little expedition? Could it
In
be?
my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation. We should go.
Just wonder if they, like, messed around with stuff.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time.
And if she hasn't run
Though
away.
I doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
Lucky it's still there. A little longer and...
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
The lieutenant smashes a mirthless half-smile. Okay. Ah, okay. Well, because they can, like, shapeshift, so... Now, where's the church again? That is Boogeyman.
The trap is filled with dead and dying locusts. Most of them aren't moving anymore. You still can't see a phasmid anywhere.
Yeah, this
A
poster,
row of
this
ghostly
mural.
shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10 meters from them. A single person stands on the sideline. A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
How do we get in? Can't we get in? I've got my crowbar. Can I go around the building? Do I know how to get over there? puzzle, she could be in that building or in this building. I do think we should ask the programmer about, we should ask the programmer about that radio frequency. The ULAN or something? ULAN, maybe? Where was the church again? It was like over here, right? Aha, okay. Okay. Oh. Bark beetles? No, it looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. Suna, I think that's her name, Suna. Hey, nerd! What do you know about radio frequencies?
Yes, what is it?
Are there magic like uniforms or suits or whatever made out of snake skin? Do they just like turn their skin into clothing? That'd be kind of gross, but also kind of interesting. Have you seen any suspicious rubies around?
No, no one's suspicious around here.
Okay.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
About that 2mm hole again.
The swallow, you mean? What about it?
Okay, I was hoping we could ask her, about that. I need perception. These current glasses do. Okay. Give me negative perception. I need plus perception. Usually the glasses are the ones that give me more perception, right? But sometimes other things also randomly give me useful stuff. Feet and hand-eye coordination might be useful. Wasn't there like some shoes or something that gave me more perception? Am I wearing them? Oh yeah, okay. Rank Energy and cavalry boots. It's giving me -1 perception, so I guess I just changed to different glasses. At least give me plus logic. I swore I had some perception glasses. Okay, let's see if that helps.
Yes, what is it?
Well, I got, like, a little under a third of a chance. Let's try, baby!
Still nothing. Sona isn't even looking at you this time.
Okay. Well, I'll try it later. Okay. I was hoping I could ask her about the radio frequency. There it is. Ah, okay. Just an illusion. Let's ask everyone else. I'll probably have to ask the annoying drunks too. I wonder if I might have seen the crab man. Maybe he knows something. Okay, there's the stack. Okay. Hello.
Hello again.
You seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
Okay.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Teenagers skulking around. Gang members looking for a hole in the Union's defenses. Maybe Ruby too. But she wouldn't be able to tell from him.
That's good. No neighbors to complain about noise and to get the club going. Considering what you're trying to do here, this doesn't look like a good sign. Honestly.
Superstition. We can turn the grim desolation into a fun dance club, and thus also help turn this hellhole around.
Yeah, it's a good way to see it. Hey, you weirdos. You keep trying to talk to that guy. Various weirdos.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Goodbye, officer.
Has any of you seen...
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid?
He stooped over his toolbox as usual, shuffling bolts around angrily.
That's fine, man. But I've got to warn ya, our signs are still off. It'll take some time for me to get my sign on.
Okay. That would be okay now, sign-wise.
I'm doing what I can.
He continues to rearrange his tools.
It's not easy for him. It probably took him years to get used to Andre. He looks like a well-thought-out individual. The synchronization might be worth it in the long run.
Okay. Saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about
A
it?
sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting.
I can't remember.
He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, it was the smiling dead
Good.
guy.
What did you want to know?
Is that right? Is it a dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Cool. Does it mean anything?
Defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead.
Alright.
How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths.
Cool, cool.
Present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
I think maybe the smiling guy is a symbolism for symbol for communism. It's also dead, but doesn't care.
Yeah, that interpretation holds.
Okay,
I
cool.
guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked-up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it, though.
Okay.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
You're so right, Inland Empire. The supernatural, so you think it's real, it actually exists.
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. The moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs.
How kind of
Silent
stuff?
Powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Why are you the Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
Okay, he looks up some sort of widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay.
We're close.
Says the young man with the tape player and the large Boyadero boots, lung-shaped trees sprout on a silver belt buckle.
True, hard, full car.
They're nothing.
Hard car. Hard car to the mega. Internally coherent. All car. All right. Yeah.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar of the feeblest, obviously not too hardcore beat below. I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you the question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic. Just answer the question.
But there was no question.
Okay.
We're close. True, hard, full, core. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore! Ah!
A little worried it
the
isn't.
question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't.
But there was a question? We're close. True, hard, full, core. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore! Ah! Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
Cool, cool.
We're close. True, hard, full, core. Hardcore!
Is that, I mean, really? You can yeah and say random things all day long, but the track still doesn't sound all that hard to me.
Spinning out lyrics since the day I was born.
Okay.
The amount of lyrics I got is against the law. We're close. True, hard, full, core. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega.
Alright.
Here comes the night.
Okay. I'm going to try every single option.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Lakierski, Materialski! We're close. True, hard, full, core.
What if there's something I need to be more hardcore?
Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core, all right, yeah!
Please tell me what exactly are you doing? That's the question.
Gotta get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What is a party boy?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
Okay.
We're close. True, hard, full, core. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core, all right, yeah!
What are you
Gotta
doing?
get the people going.
Okay.
Yeah, request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible. We're close. True, hard, full, core. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core, all right, yeah! Gotta get the people going. I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party boy.
Two on a track. Watch
Okay.
your back. Watch out for the heart attack. We're close.
Maybe I'm just not hardcore enough to get this guy. Maybe I need to set up the place for him.
Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All core, all right.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah! Is it though?
Yeah.
What is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side looking out. The question is, what is the question?
No, but
Oh.
seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once more.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with music? Are you a thought reader? Why are there lungs on your belt buckle? Or goodbye, Doug. What do you think is wrong with the
There's
music?
nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know?
Mhm.
For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51.
The same song?
Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Okay, so it's only ultra hardcore.
It is, isn't it? I knew it. But how could it become harder core? I know the answer in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question? Try to think anything could make it harder core? Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police. Can't help you right now. I need something else, something extra. I need to put on all my drama outfits. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
Okay, could anything make it harder core?
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
He looks at you with customary amazement.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
Feel it.
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm, the inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
It's even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
He laughs and shakes his head. What happens was, I just remembered something. The police. The young man is bursting with anticipation. Nothing. Maybe the police isn't supposed to help us.
Oh.
Can't think of it. Can't help you with this right now. I need something else. Something extra.
Yeah.
Maybe your body can tell you what Arno van Eyck's jam is missing to make it harder core. The beat of your heart, expert on anodic music. Why are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
Okay, cool.
Yeah!
You a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
You're not a thought reader, you're a communist?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Palaceum. She was a communist, though.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Okay, man.
Yeah!
I got it slightly more than 50-50. Let's try it.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass.
What?
Young man makes a sudden move, like he's about to turn the volume down, but that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes a song really stick, so that you can't get it out of your head anymore, point to your head.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know, I was thinking you would know. Nowhere, I'm not going to become some sort of anodic cop too, I've got enough capo types already. I was thinking you would know.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about anodic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
Okay.
He feels ashamed. He can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
Okay, I'll look into it in an official capacity. It's up to the police to make the beats go harder. I'll see if I can come up with something on my own. It's citizen investigation. Yes,
The young
technically.
man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Fan 8's jam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
Maybe I could try that.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman. Copman!
I have an extremely sad song.
Tape! Yeah! Spins the tape until the space escape! Yeah!
I'm not sure I should give them the Door Gunner Mega Mix. That's I can't give them that.
Right! Here comes the night!
I'm kind of like, what if I gave it to them and they found out that it was edited or
Why
something?
does art
Oh.
inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art? Art is for arrogant blowhards. Why am I getting this? It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment.
All true,
In
yes.
short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I
Have you
mean,
looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
it's architectural, so of course architecture is art. I guess I have been feeling critical lately. The stupid architecture is stupid.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that? Okay, 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it. I cannot risk another capo diversion at this point. Go away. I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all
Quit
that.
being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Fuck it, art cop.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Excellent. Does art cop do? Actual art degree. Yeah, it's another coppa type, the worst one, the most savage and brutal, the art cop. Nothing is good enough for him, everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle, until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. -1 perception can't even look at this shit. Maybe later. These, like, wouldn't it say that on my badge, like, age or birthday or something like that? Maybe an ID? I was hoping one of them could help me with that, but I guess not. Yeah, still working on it. Okay. I should probably have this in my hand when talking to people. I just keep forgetting about it. How long have I been on 119? Okay. Okay, I should go back to the fishing village. And Kim, you have a big forehead because you're such a nerd. Okay, it's like, cause like his forehead is like shining in the sunlight here. glasses in your little notebook. I've gotten vague hints that there might be combat in this game, somehow. Ever since that moment, I've been so worried that, like, Kim would get shot or something. I'm like, okay, I can't let that happen. That was my first thoughts. I was like, there's combat? Fucking no one had better hurt my partner.
Hello, mister.
Do you know anyone named Ruby?
Ruby. Ruby.
Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Well, like, sometimes I can, but then
Kids.
Okay, thank you. The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. Okay.
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall.
What?
Wait. What if this is the fishing rod situation all over again?
Now to stand here calmly and observe this non-phasmid until you see what it really is.
Fine. It's not a phasmid. It's not even organic. Just a fire iron resting by the fireplace. But where's your sense of wonder, man?
I mean, like, this wouldn't be its natural environment, right? It would be among the reeds. Also, if we moved and scared it... Well, maybe that would just prove that it was real, though. Hello, weird little kids.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Kids, have you seen any bad people around?
What bad people?
One of the twins looks up, his mouth slightly open.
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case.
Okay. Well, kids can be very honest, so... Okay, what about you, old lady? Thanks to the room, by the way. I'll finally use it tonight.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town.
She nods with a
I know
wrinkled
what
smile.
goes on around here.
Okay.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
You know something, we're here to help. This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known.
She shakes her head.
This is yet another
It's
union
not about the...
mess.
Well, I mean...
I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
You know something you decided not to tell us. We'll be back later for anything suspicious. You know something.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you
Lieutenant
don't
turns
mind
to
if
you.
we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Yeah, maybe. Let's go check that out then. Back to the grind with you.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Maybe I'll do that later. It isn't the right time to shave right now. I just think he'll look really weird without his mutton chops.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others.
Continue.
The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move forward.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in
Nothing
there?
particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though.
Yeah.
Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Get your hand right
You
in there.
stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then Something hard wrapped in paper.
Hmm.
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Hmm.
A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol, for example.
Interesting.
The Fool doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with.
Hmm.
It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Hmm. Is she worried about something? Oh, what's in here? Oh, cool. I'm not going to bed yet. Can I just, like, examine it?
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down.
No time to rest yet. There you are, man. Alright. Let's go ask her about this.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with you and the waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them. Fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me.
She tilts her head and looks at the sea.
But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
I'm looking for someone.
Oh? Who?
Looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Recently, over the past few days. Might have been on here on Friday.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
She looks slightly disappointed. Really?
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got
Where
to
can
make the
fisher
most
people?
of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after.
Mm.
The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again.
Ah.
Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
A faint smile runs across her face. Alright.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Oh, hey, Joyce, there you are.
I'll just keep the Corda Lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around a post.
Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Hmm.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
No, your pencil. Rip.
Hello, detectives.
She fastens the end of the line around a post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
You definitely left way before we did.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
You spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here.
You are so shady. If you and Everard weren't like part of warring factions or whatever, you would
Then
probably get
there's
along
the matter of that little scamp in
swimmingly.
old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Corda Lacey red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
So how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze toward the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
Yeah, we
All
might
right.
deter.
Politics time. Let's react.
You're right to be scared. This is all your fault. You're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. This place is doomed either way. Nothing. Just how the real city. I mean, kinda.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
She leans against the railing, looking up at the grey sky.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The wind picks up. Her raincoat flaps in the gust. A fishing village?
No, they're in Sealindian, Isola.
What's an Isola?
I'm guessing you don't know then.
No.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Seems like oblivion. That's so me. 45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better, though.
I knew you would sympathize.
She nods.
Most
I was
Revacholians
joking.
will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
She corrects the scarf on her neck. Tell me now, we have time. Tell me something else then. Too. Well, in case she runs off again.
Of course. I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. How can I help you at this juncture?
Do you know something about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
I already know about it.
Better not tie the forestay to the backstay on this.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
We've discovered enough to conclude for now.
Yes. And will you start an official investigation?
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, like, can't put your corporate mitts into everything.
Of course, detectives.
She says, her tone
In
more
any
cautious
case,
suddenly.
you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
Well, you could help me to solve the murder, instead of all this quid pro quo stuff. Rip snakes. Killed by misfortune of the universe.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth.
Misfortune of the
They
spiteful
taste of
universe.
iron and strawberries.
You said to contain the situation? I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Momentary lapse of
They were
faith.
dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
Member of
A
the
member
board.
of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Great. Ew. Now, really don't like the smell of cigarette smoke. That sucks, man.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
Kind of what I gathered from Classy.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
That's the story.
He was taken out behind the Whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
Okay.
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
Okay, so there's still 2 of them out there.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
We're investigating this.
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
I have to say, this is not Disco. If the investigations can team up, share resources and intelligence, boy oh boy, is that not good. I really want to say this is not Disco. Is that not good?
My only hope is that yours provides a single, concrete suspect before they indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
she leans against the wooden planks.
If you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
Matt, if the Hardy Boys really were just used to cover up for something, that would be really fucked up.
The Debarders have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
She leans back.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1, 2, or in your case, 3 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
Jesus.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong first. Things are already going wrong. Isn't that a pretty bleak scenario? I think the confrontation's inevitable.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true.
She looks at you, eyes damp from the wind.
Dubois.
Yeah.
All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Well, that's why we're looking for Ruby. Okay. You can tell me about Crenell.
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Downwell? Like the game?
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
Damn.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
Yeah, do you?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Yeah, it seems like their participation in all this is just really fucking everything up. Could you contact the company and tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
Okay, he said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
What did they say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
Seems like the cover-up worked pretty
this
well.
does not come as news to us, but still. To your knowledge, where did this assault take place, if you know?
He exchanges a glance with you.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
I don't know how much I want to tell her. Who was she?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Did you know the guy?
If you mean did I see him alive, yes. But I did not know him.
Do you know what his name was?
Lely.
Okay.
His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
There'll be others.
One is a man. Corty. They
Aha.
call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
Where are they?
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There's a pang of regret in her voice.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body, and Classier also mentioned it, I believe. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
Yeah, I'd probably have like a lisp or something
In a way,
going
it
on.
was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury.
She nods.
That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where's these other two?
They've gone to ground, as it were.
Hmm.
I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're likely to be armed to the teeth.
She raises a cautionary finger.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Right. Well, we should still want to know where they
You're
are.
likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
One is obviously the scab leader
Ah.
at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Probably. Mom must be the scab leader. Right.
That may be so.
She's poised and unperturbed.
I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Yeah. Maybe you should quit. I don't think your employers respect you, like, at all. Maybe you could give the angel one of those like corny, like, pendants on a necklace that has, like, the Mars symbol on it. You know, like the man symbol. Like, plaster I am a guy across his forehead or something like that. Some guys look kind of effeminate. That's fine.
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
Yeah. Wild Pine seems pretty fucked up, though. I hope they, like, wouldn't hurt her or something. Or it's probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
She nods toward the cabin. Okay.
I hope I can answer it better.
Said contain the situation?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
It sure could. Oh. Little cat, you scared me. Hello, little cat. Little guy snuck up on me. Posture check. That sucks you're having trouble with the hair. You could probably do some thumbnail sketches, or you could step away from it and come back to it tomorrow, which can be really hard if you're, like, so close to finishing something you're working on, to just, like, stop and decide to do it later, because you're, like, so close and you want to do it now. But sometimes you gotta, like, rage quit and then come back later. But if you don't want to rage quit, you could just do a bunch of, like, a bunch of test sketches to just see what sort of shape you like.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Yeah, it really
We're
is.
on the same page, as grim as it may be.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start. Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There's a brief silence. Seagulls walk over the bay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Okay.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Do you know anything about these
Of
tattoos?
course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
Oh. I don't know what kind of style you're looking for. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It was taken.
I was
with a
wondering if that
trigger
was what you
not
meant.
long ago.
Because he's like
This is
a
the man's
liner.
upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Okay, observe her expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like stars in the sky?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways. A sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago. The sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
So, what use did he have of it now? Is he in the Navy?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
Maybe you could try looking up videos, or like you look up videos of different people showing off their hair, or people at like a barber shop where it shows you like different angles of the head. Then maybe like pause on the frame to get a good reference. Spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. This one has flown quite far by now. Nowhere. There is no soul. Doesn't go nowhere but the morgue. This one has flown quite far by now.
I would say he's near the Arcade Islands by now. Ready to exit the Insulindian and into the Pale. If I've read his home address correctly.
What travels did he make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder.
He points to it on the photo.
He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
What's on his heart?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Easlary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Okay. You want to tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Yeah, it's like he could either be their friend and comrade, or they could be the kind of people who just like don't give a fuck about each other. They think he was weak for getting killed or something. It's like they could either be really pissed about it or they could not care. Mark it down. Ask Marks about tattoos. You're right, not a good idea. I need that information.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, Kim, I'll be careful for you. Okay. That's all for the tattoos, thank you.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Think it's for now. Okay. Yeah, I should go ask the washerwoman. What time is it? Okay. Okay. Tape with the melody. I don't think I'm gonna find that tonight. Right, that was perception, right? I sure do be increasing motorics quite a lot. I finally got some samurai butter. Oh yeah. Is that the old boardwalk? I think I can like use fast travel with that. Okay, I should go to bed soon. Okay. Well, it's almost been my usual 2 hours, so I'm gonna go talk to the old lady. About the bullet, and then this has to be my last conversation.
I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Her accent is so interesting. Okay. Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
She murmurs softly.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
A bullet?
Well, he turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there?
She shakes her head.
She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her.
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
The lieutenant takes out his familiar blue notebook. Said she left on Monday.
Yes, early with the dogs. Around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Yeah, she must have heard her Kanema.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine.
His voice is tinged with pride.
Guys know when you are coming.
It's kind of adorable how much of a car nerd he is. Is the room just as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Is there anything else there?
No.
Okay. What's she like?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman.
Aw.
At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Aw. She rubs her cold hands together.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show. But I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines. But this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back toward the shack, thinking.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
A seagull flies overhead. Obviously a bad omen. Oh, cool. Yeah, sometimes you just have to use the best reference you can find and just try to interpret what it looks like from a different angle. It's an exit plan. Second thought, I'd rather not say. It's something I want to think about. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
The world.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you deep in thought. I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
She shakes her head.
She isn't what you call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself the way some people do.
Did she have any technical equipment with her?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieux she'd made.
Aw, she brushes her forehead with the back of her hand. Water drips to the ground.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
Oh, that's very nice.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Possibly. Do you know where she went?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
Oh yeah, dreads tied back in a ponytail look really cool. It's like, you could probably go for some facial hair. if you want to be like, go for a more masculine look. I just think like the dreads in a ponytail and like goatee combo just look really cool. That's a personal preference for aesthetics.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
Her tone is without malice.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go, then. But that place is huge. Man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in this village. Are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? Well, further up the coast we go.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now.
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
Yeah, I have been interested in going back to the Feld building and like the other buildings around there and seeing if I can get into there. And also, there's electrical stuff there, so maybe she can use that?
One thing,
She's good at
officer,
fixing things.
If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Okay. Oh, frick. Damn it. Okay, it's like almost exactly 2 hours, and I said I would stop. Yeah, I really should go to bed. Because I'm staying over at Dad's place again to watch my dog, because he's not back from his hunt yet. And also the cat. So Sally's gonna wake me up early, because she's gonna want to go outside. Okay. Yeah. People can have a very, like, trim look with dreads. I think they look cool. Okay, save. Save. Okay, that's saved. Freaking yes, rocks. Okay, heck. Big stretch check. Ow. Alright. Man, it was freezing cold at the convention all weekend. I don't know why they blast the AC so hard for like the past couple of years. But I'm like all of my muscles are all stiff because the entire day it was just like shivering. I had to bring a small blanket to wear while hanging out there. Okay, well. One last posture, hydration, stretch, save your progress, take your meds, etc. Check for the night. Do a good sleepy times. Possibly, but there weren't many nerds in heavy cosplay. Like, like, you would have to be in heavy cosplay, like, really heavy. You would have to be in, like, a full-on fursuit, top to bottom, a full fursuit with, like, heavy foam and long fur to be, like, comfortable in there. It was freezing. Everyone was complaining about it. Well, not everyone. I'm sure there are some polar bears there who, like, live in air conditioning. But, it's the kind of event where not a lot of people wear really heavy cosplay, so I don't know what was going on, but yeah. Okay, well, besides that, it was a good con, though. But okay, I'll stop rambling for the night. Good night, Snakes, and anyone else who is still hanging out. Let's all go to bed. Okay, good night, goodbye. Yeah.